What is going on, my fellow mobile gamers of YouTube? My name is NimbleThor, and this is my mobile gaming quest where I look for the best new mobile games every single day. And today, my friends, we are going to check out Black Desert Mobile, potentially the most hyped MMORPG of the year, and it's finally here now on Android and on iOS just in time for Christmas. And it looks fantastic, but it's a bit of a beast as well, sitting at 2.8 gigabyte of additional downloads even after you've installed the game. Once you get through that though, you pick between a warrior, a ranger, which is what we're playing of course, a witch, a giant, a valkyrie, and then you jump straight into the game. That is of course after you get through the character creation screen, which is quite its own beast as well. There's so much you can customize, so if you guys enjoy that type of stuff, you are definitely gonna enjoy this game as well. Now, as I said, I went with a ranger, and just look at this combat here. It looks absolutely spectacular. We've got a couple of different abilities, and I'll go more into how we use these, what their effects are, how we level them up, and just overall how we progress in this game later on in this video. For now though, it seems like we completed this quest here. We got some silver, we got some experience, we got a new item, a new bracelet, and we got some contribution XP, and then we can head straight into the next quest. Now, there is no auto combat in this game whatsoever, which I'm really glad to see. We do have auto movement though, which is just convenient, really. I'm not mad about that, so we can automatically move to the next quest area, for example, or run back to an NPC. We can also do it manually, but for convenience sake, I quite like this. Now, what I really like about the combat system in Black Desert Mobile is that it has this action RPG feel, and the abilities really have a punch to them with screen shakes and everything that comes with that. But maybe best of all, in addition to just an awesome core combat system, the world also feels so alive. There's so many NPCs, there's so many creatures. We can go collect nearly any resource. So if you see a tree, for example, you can go cut that down. If you see some ores, you can go mine those, and so on and so on. And we can use those resources that we collect in our camp, because yes, we have our very own camp in this game as well. But first though, I want to show you guys how it looks like when we upgrade abilities. So let's head in here and have a look at our current abilities. Now, to level up an ability, or skills as they're actually called in Black Desert Mobile, we need these skill books, and we get those from simple normal combat by killing monsters. We can also get them as quest rewards, of course, and that is how we grow our abilities a bit stronger. So let's do that right now and use those the next time we head into battle. I do want to go into a boss rush fight, so stay tuned for that coming up later in this video. For now, I think we upgraded pretty much everything we could. Let's scroll down here to the bottom where we have some increase to damage, we have some increase to HP, but we can't really upgrade any of that for now. So that should be it. Now let's go have a look at our camp before we head into that boss battle. So to get to our camp, we can simply tap this button up here, and it gives us a little alert saying, hey, you are gonna teleport back to your base. Are you really sure you want to do that? And yes, we do want to do that. So this is our base. Let's get a good view of it here. As you guys can see, it is pretty decently sized. This is the beginner base though. We've got a couple of different buildings already in here. We can go over to the pub, and in that pub we can hire more workers. We do already have 5 out of 5 workers though, so these workers we can put to use, for example, to upgrade our food storage. That has been completed already. My job is done. I do believe this person over here should be done as well. Otherwise, we can finish it instantly, spending some stamina. Now, we do need stamina to get our workers to actually do the stuff we want them to do as well. So you don't want to spend your stamina too quickly. But if you want to rush things just a tiny bit, that is definitely an opportunity. Now, these workers we can put to good use for a couple of different things. For example, we could have them go out and collect some resources for us if we wanted to. We could also just have them build a new building, for example. And actually, I think some new resources have been crafted or have been collected here. The refinery is full of blackstone. Perfect. So we can take those out now, and it will start creating a new one in 29 minutes. So that is our camp. There's a lot more that could be said about this camp, but you guys can go explore that on your own in the game. You hopefully get the overall idea of having a camp in this game. It's a nice way to gather more resources, maybe even also get some potions and different other types of resources that we need in this game. Now, I promised you guys a boss fight, so let's go have a look at that. But first, we're gonna enhance our weapons. So we can do that over here from our inventory. We can select an item that we want to enhance. We can click Black Spirit, and from in here, we can spend some of these stones on leveling up our weapons. So right now we have a 9% success rate. If we use one more of these stones, it's 18, and so on and so on and so on. So how far do we want to go? I say a 72% chance is enough. Cross your fingers, guys. And it succeeded. Awesome. So we moved from 58 to 64 in attack power. We can do the same for the secondary weapon we have. We only have to use 2 of these black stones to level that one up. So let's do that a couple of times. Again, this is just in preparation for the boss fight that we're about to go into. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can grow stronger in the game. We already leveled up our abilities or our skills. We've leveled up some of our items now or enhanced them. A third thing we can do is that we can go in and actually upgrade our Black Spirit. And this Black Spirit here can consume items that we don't need anymore. And so let's do that right now. And as you can see, it added some more combat power bonus to our character. So that is something you want to do as often as you can. And as you guys can see later on in this game, we're also going to be able to equip crystals. We're going to be able to equip lightstone. And these are just even more ways that we can level up our character. Now, let's go for the boss rush though. So let's prepare for this battle here. Click start and the load screen, and then there we go. Now, there's a good mix of open world and instanced combat in Black Desert Mobile. I quite prefer the open world stuff, but for example, for a boss fight like this one, I guess it makes sense that it's instance, of course, otherwise we wouldn't be able to go into it whenever we wanted. Oh, look at this. There's so many enemies here, but I really like that the archer has such great control of monsters. We can attack so many monsters at once. For example, with this ability here, look at this, guys. It simply looks amazing. Now, these monsters seem very, very easy, though. I do wonder if the boss waiting for us later up here is more difficult. I already did defeat it once, so maybe that's why it feels a bit easier this time around. But the difficulty should hopefully scale. This right here is an elite steel imp warrior. This one has more HP, but it is still not the boss, though. The boss is waiting for us up here, and last time I actually died the first time I tried to defeat this boss. So I am a bit curious to see if we'll be able to defeat him this time around. Now, another cool thing about this game is just running around the world, because look at how fast we run. It seems like a silly thing to mention, I get that, but it's actually really, really cool that we can run so fast. We've got this nearly Naruto, I want to say Naruto, not that this game is particularly anime inspired, but we've got this nearly Naruto run going on here. We're running very, very fast. Now, it looks like we have to actually defeat these monsters before we can move on to the boss. We were prevented from just continuing through the cave. I thought I knew where we had to go, but we have to defeat every single one of these steel imps first, it seems, before we're allowed to get to the boss at the end of this dungeon. Now, we've also got lots of other features in this game that we're not even gonna get too far into in this video, because this is meant as more of an introduction to the game. But if you really want to dive deep, we've also got stuff like player-to-player trading on an auction house. There's of course also a premium shop, but we'll get back to talking a bit more about the monetization in just a bit. But the player-to-player trading is really cool. We've also got a guild system, of course, in this game. And we've got different types of guild quests. We've got daily login rewards, and so on and so on. And then we also have some pretty interesting graphic settings, actually. If we can defeat this steel imp here, I want to show you guys that before we continue here. So if we go into the settings, we can actually choose over here under effects what sort of filter we want on our gameplay. So, for example, this is with none filter. This is with vibrance. You could probably see a slight difference there. This is with old school, so it's nearly black and white. This is with evening. I don't know why you would play with this filter on, but I quite prefer the vibrance filter, so I'm playing with that one on. But we've got so many really great settings here to, for example, change how often we want to receive notifications. You can change the graphics. You can change lots of convenient stuff as well, like how to target monsters, how to use auto potions if you want to use auto potions at all. You can also choose if you want to use your horse, for example, when you have to run for longer distances. For example, if you have to run to the next quest area. And this, among with all the other features of course, is part of what makes Black Desert Mobile feel so high quality. There's so many small things in the game that I feel like you'll really only notice once you get a bit further into it. I'm only just getting started with the game, but I actively looked for these types of things, and I think this will help give a really great experience if you guys decide to dive really deep into the game. Now, as for the monetization of this game, we can buy chests from the premium shop that is going to give us better accessories, and we'll also get more of the stones that we need to upgrade our equipment, among other things, from this cash shop. This definitely is not the worst monetization system I've seen in an MMORPG on mobile, but it will absolutely give paying users a pay to progress faster and potentially also a pay to win advantage. But I really feel like you have to compare this game with other games in its genre on mobile. And what I mean with that is that it's probably not really fair to compare this game with a game like old school RuneScape, for example, which has a perfect monetization system, because the two games are vastly different. Old school RuneScape is truly a very old school MMORPG, and Black Desert Mobile is a very modern and new MMORPG with all the gameplay features that comes with that. And yes, also with the daily login rewards and tons of stuff that you can redo every day, so there's a huge incentive to log in. So if you guys enjoy these types of games, I think you're really gonna enjoy Black Desert Mobile as well. If you haven't really gotten into MMORPGs before, you know what? You're probably not gonna get into Black Desert Mobile either. So if you decide to check out the game for yourselves, just be prepared for that. Now, if you want to check it out, the download links can be found in the description box down below this video. And now, of course, we defeated this boss fight that we were doing, and we can now claim our reward, which was some more Blackstones. Sorry to interrupt, but it's NimbleThor from the future here, because I forgot to talk about one of the best features of this game, which is, of course, the pet system. We have these just adorable pets in this game. Look at our Cornelius here, our little dog. Now, this dog will run around and it will pick up loot from the ground, and we can even get other pets as well, such as, for example, the brown cat. We've got the shepherd, you know, German shepherd. Such a cute dog. We could get the skinny black cat. We can get a brown hawk even. I really want this one. But all of these are gonna cost premium currency though. So this is part of why some people might want to spend money on this game. But you do get one pet for free though, and this dog is just so cute. Now, you do have to remember to feed it, by the way, otherwise it's not gonna pick up items for you anymore. But that's okay though, because this gives me a good reason to log in every once in a while, just to look at this screen here. So, NimbleThor, what is your conclusion on Black Desert Mobile? Well, my friends, I would say that this game has got everything it needs to have. I'm really excited to see that we don't have auto combat. I do think that paying players will have an advantage in this game, but it also seems perfectly possible to enjoy the game as a free player. And for those reasons, I think if you like these types of games, you should definitely go check it out. Just don't have too high expectations for this game. I'm not saying it's not a great game, but, you know, it's not that different from the other MMORPGs out there. It's just of even higher quality. It's pushing the graphics even further. It's got great gameplay systems, but a lot of it is also stuff that we've seen before. So, there we have it. You can take it or leave it, but that is Black Desert Mobile. And now it's time for my mobile gaming news of the day, which is that Pokemon Go developer Niantic is now adding additional Pokemon and Pokestops outside the main cities to make it easier for anyone living in less populated areas to also enjoy Pokemon Go. And this is great news, of course, but I'm not really sure why it took them 3 years to start making the game more accessible. But if this is the reason you haven't been playing Pokemon Go, then maybe it's time to revisit the game and give it a second chance. But with that said, thank you very much for deciding to stick around till the end of this Black Desert Mobile video. This will be one of my last videos of 2019. I do have an end of the year video coming up very soon, so be sure to hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when that releases. Hopefully that should be a fun one. But just in case this is the last video you see of 2019, I hope this has been a great year for you and that 2020 will be even better. So until next time, guys, just remember to keep playing, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.